Hey church, Wes here, and I want to chat to you today about the fact that there are many times in our lives where we have ordinary, everyday things that happen, and we're just faithful in doing the everyday things, and we often doubt, I suppose, at times, whether God can use those our ordinary, to do extraordinary things through us. Are the ordinary things in our lives so mundane sometimes that we actually wonder where God can intercede and work in those spaces? Well, why don't you turn with me to Genesis 26 and read the story there about Jacob, who was in the midst of famine, and he did something ordinary in the everyday, but but it showed his faith in God, and God used it in extraordinary ways. In the midst of famine, he planted seeds, and most of us know, who are in our community, that it takes a lot more than in the midst of famine and the midst of drought to be planting seeds expecting a harvest. And yet he showed his faithfulness to God in obedience to what God had asked him to do. And he planted the seeds, and God allowed the harvest to be tenfold. What are you doing today? What are you doing in the ordinary everyday, and you think to yourself, no one's actually noticing? Well, keep doing those, being faithful in those ordinary everyday tasks, and allow God to intercede and bring the extraordinary to what we would normally think is just an ordinary experience. We're going to continue to make a kingdom impact, and we need you to be continuing to be faithful in doing what God has asked you to do. This is another Daily Dose of Hope, and we'll chat again tomorrow.